for the past 28 days or so, I haven't been eating meat, and I don't really miss it at all. It's kind of a part of my own waking up process and trying to see the truth and follow the truth. Um, but other things I've stopped doing, like I haven't drank beer for 2 years. I mean, that has its ups and downs. I mean, now it doesn't really bother me at all, but like at the beginning, it was like, because it was more of a social thing. Like people were like, "Hey, you want to go to the bar, or you want to, hey, I got like a 12 pack. You trying to chill out? You know, like it kind of socially kind of affects your entire life and the people that you hang out with. That's what stopping drinking. That's what I didn't realize at first, that it would completely change my life and my social circle. And I mean, I'm fine with it because it's me trying to follow the truth and be more real. You know. So yeah, something else I stopped doing. Within the past 2 years, I probably watched porn probably 20 to 30 times. Just keeping it real. Like I know I made that video that I stopped watching it, but with that, it's tricky because you just it's like, well, it's kind of just like any other addiction, any kind of drug. Like it's just think, all right, 2 to 3 years. I would say over the past 2 years or so, only watching it 20 to 30 times. Like that's less than once a month, basically. And it's I say it like I stated before, giving your sexual energy to a machine in an authentic way, and it's kind of like you're letting your energy out because you're not just. It's not that you're not giving it to just not giving it to another human being. You're just you're giving it to like this video image of like someone else. It's like you're kind of cosmic, not cosmically, but like maybe even cosmically in a way. Like we believe like screens and portals and other dimensions can be shit like that. You're like really basically whoring yourself out. It just depends on what you believe in. I'm not saying I necessarily believe in that, but people have brought it up to me, and I know how energy works, so I have to at least throw that to that realm of possibilities. That makes sense, because like because you're in a way you are draining yourself, and you are giving it your energy to in this inauthentic way. And I don't knock masturbating, like masturbation, like, but it's when you masturbate and it's not to porn, you put yourself in a mental realm where you can kind of you can see things a little bit more clearly, and you in a way you'll know who you desire a little bit more. Like you'll see like who pops up in your head, like who do you really care about, and you'll see like who's not there, and it can help you in like your actual world and how to navigate it in a way. And in a way, it's kind of it is like a pleasure thing too. You can, I mean, I'm not saying I just do it to be in these realms of spirituality, sexual energy, where I can see things clearly and, about desire and shit. But it fucking feels awesome. But it feels different though than watching porn. After you watch porn, you feel like depleted. Like it's like it's weird, like a balloon that just kind of like sucks itself out slowly. What else have I stopped doing? I haven't watched as much. I used to watch a lot of TV. I'm not saying I don't watch any now, but really, I just watch a couple besides this show that one of my friends just told me to check out called How to Get Away with Murder. It's a pretty good show. It's written really well. I've been enjoying it so far, and it's been I've liked it. And but besides that, over the past, I would say, year, my amount of watching entertainment has gone down for sure. And something else I've given up. I sold my Xbox. I don't really. Doesn't mean I don't game at all. Like if I think I've stated this before. If I'm like hanging out at one of my friends' house and they bust out the Xbox, I'm not gonna just no get that away from me. Like I'll probably play a game for a little bit, but I don't want to give my energy to that either. It's all about I've been more out in the woods lately over the past few months, just making it my business to just go trekking through the woods. Some trails, some not trails, just walking around aimlessly, getting lost. That's that's an adventure right there. And you can be out with nature, breathing in that beautiful oxygen and just being around all the beauty and wonder of it all. But yeah, I don't think I can go back to eating meat like I used to. I'm not saying that maybe maybe on like some type of gathering, if I might eat something sometimes. I'm not gonna like say I'm blanket like a vegetarian now, but I might be like I don't know how I'm gonna react the next time I consume meat. it's I might just like start crying or something. I'm joking. But I don't know. I don't want to eat fear, you know. I mean, that's chemicals. When you get depressed, your body sends chemicals through your brain into your body. That's why your body feels different when you're sad or depressed or scared. Your whole body feels scared. You don't just think you're scared. You can feel it in your body. Whenever it's going on stage, and for some people, like the anxiety of that fear, just well, that's more anxiety than fear. So, but as compared to like, I'm not saying okay, I'm not saying I'm about to go out there and start hunting and looking for wild animals that live happy, fulfilled lives to eat. What I'm saying is I might just be done in general. Unless I have to eat meat, I might not do it. But that's just me personally. I'm trying to state it before. I think trying to work on my chi, trying to align myself more with positive energy. Looking for them positive spirit guides. I mean, who knows, man? Like, trying to just be open to positivity in general. Like a lot of people will say, like, there's no beings out there. There's no like negative entities, but they'll smoke DMT and talk about magic theories of like love and understanding and like or like they'll see like demonic beings and I'm like and then they'll tell me it's a very eye-opening experience that helped them see the world like well you need to take all of that. Don't just think that you saw those demonic evil beings or like those beings of love and understanding that just want to help you. You have to take it seriously. That shit is real, most likely. Like in my eyes, the odds of it being real are a lot higher than the not being real. That's just me on my personal journey. Man, I remember was watching a factory farm video, man, and they just like slit this pig's throat, and it was just like blood spraying, and it was just like convulsing and like trying to fight for life, and it was just terrible. It was hard to watch. That's how sad it was, and we experience it when we eat it because the meat is filled with those chemicals that are going through that it lived with. If that it went through its entire life. That's what we're eating, but we don't see it. We can't conceptualize it. We think it's just the society is messed up, but it's what we're eating that's kind of contributing to it as well. I don't know. It's just really fucked up. I can't support it anymore. It's kind of like, I mean, that's why I gave up on alcohol because I couldn't find a positive reason to do it. So I'm drinking poison for fun. That's basically what it is. And if you think about that on a spiritual level, drinking poison for fun or uh, drinking poison to have negative sexual encounters. No, like someone might watch this tomorrow, next week, or hundreds of years from now. Like, oh, negative sexual. But it's true. It's negative sexual encounters. Seriously. Which kind of gets me to. I was talking to one of my friends. She was talking to me how uh, she thinks that you can have some sex with people if you feel connected to them. And I've been trying to like study religious texts, and I think now that marriage has nothing to do with law. We read like the Ten Commandments. I think it's in the Ten Commandments when they talk about don't have sex unless you're married. But we're talking about a spiritual text here, like something that is like deep with the this like I just don't think that the spirit something that's like a spiritual connection between two beings has anything to do with the law. I think marriage is in your mind, not in your mind as in it's a lie. But I think it's two people that are connected. Like if I want to think about it like that, I've been married numerous times, and so has most people. Because I don't, because like most marriages legally they fail. So I feel like it's just telling you it's to not have sex with people you don't care about. Only have sex with people who you truly care for. And I mean, let's just be honest here. The sex with someone you care about is just it's the amount of times that is better than just any like a random person is almost immeasurable. It's almost immeasurable the difference between having sex with someone you don't have a connection with and having sex with someone you truly care for. It's like two different sides of the universe of difference. That's why people get sick of being a slut because it's convoluting your energy and it's not fulfilling. It's like any other mental drug. Like to be honest though, one of the only things like I feel like that's not compromised compared to anything else is being healthy in shape. If you're a health nut, like working out a lot, if you know how to pace yourself and recover, then that's definitely not a bad thing. Weed, like you can run yourself to death, but you cannot smoke yourself to death. It's maybe one day they'll have weed that's strong enough to do it, but like naturally, weed is not that strong. Like the strongest weed ever might make you think that you're not even a human being, that you're inside of a simulation. But it won't kill you. You'll be alright after it's over. Well, that's where I'm at. That I did. I don't have anything to hide. I'll tell anybody. Like I did the celibacy thing. I was celibate for over the past 5 years. I was probably celibate 3 of those, and over the past few years, I've like the number of sex partners I have is less than five, and I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, I've really, cause you like, it's like if you know this truth, some things are hard to tell, but if you can, sometimes you can measure it in yourself or on the outside, like the truth, or like if you can get like 98% of what the truth actually is, you know. So like if you have the knowledge and you don't obey, if you don't do what's real, you are worse than the people that don't know. That's what I tell people all the time. If you know something that's real and you do the opposite, you kind of can't be mad with the consequences. And I'm not perfect. I do stupid shit all the fucking time. Like obviously stupid shit for convenience. But I'm working on it. I've chopped a lot of the big stuff down. Now I'm cleaning up the brush, and I know I'm never gonna be perfect, but I'm on this path, and I'm taking it seriously, and I'm fucking happy about myself for it. That because I grew up at one point, I had a friend that was a female. It was like in ninth grade, and I found out she smoked weed, and I almost didn't want to be her friend anymore. That's like how fucking stupid I used to be. So now that I have this knowledge about, because I used to I drunk then. I was drunk at that point, but I wasn't like drinking a lot. But I drank a couple of times. Just that I grew up being all the bullshit, and what pisses me off is the people that can't accept it. Like there was this person who was arguing with me about alcohol versus weed, and he was saying that weed and alcohol are equally as dangerous to the human body. And I'm like, dude, like one of the last times I saw you, you were throwing up in the toilet and had to go to sleep because you were so drunk the whole world was spinning. I know you can get so high that you're basically incapacitated, but like in a way, to be honest, like the weed shit, it's all kind of in your head that you're too high. You're never truly too high. That's the weird thing about it. You never really you can. I'm not saying you can go drive, but like you can you can grab yourself at least for an instant. You will still be totally stoned, but you can grab yourself like okay, and you can kind of function even on like a high, like someone who smokes weed a lot can totally drive and be fine. But if you drink a lot, your driving will be impaired. Like no matter like, oh, I can drink and drink. You probably can because you got a tolerance, yeah. But like, drink a little bit more past that, and tell me that your driving's not at least a little bit impaired, or like that you have to your level of focus. And this was kind of sad because like we kind of get hypnotized when we're driving a little bit. But like it might not be like, yeah, I can do it, but like your level of focus is just so much higher. That's that's kind of the difference that you just have to focus way more. But yeah, this motherfucker was arguing with me about that. I'm like, dude, you we've it's not that he's never smoked weed. He smoked weed plenty of times before. Like, how many times have you smoked weed and the next day you woke up feeling like shit? You might feel a little groggy. You might even still feel a little bit high for a little bit. But do you feel like you have to puke? Fucking stomach hurt? It's like you have a fucking headache. It's like, is your whole day miserable just because of you got high the night before? No, no, don't, do not even attempt to tell me that bullshit. It's 2017. That's what I'm saying. It's like, why are you bullshitting so fucking hard, man? Like, what, you are willingly believing bullshit that you know. What he says, like, why would the government make it illegal then if it wasn't bad? I'm just I'm like, just look at how I look right now, my body language, like just thinking about what him saying that. Just imagine how I felt when I was actually there. That I was like, little. Well, this is the expression of your mind being blown. It's like you're literally having a barrier around your head, trying to keep it in because it's what you're hearing or experiencing is so insane that it's like you just have to kind of gather yourself. And that, I'm like, dude, like, ask yourself that question. Like, I don't even want to talk about this shit anymore.